Due to the state of the Cook County Board and our county government, which is not as in the type of shape that the Chicago Tribune a few days ago and a few weeks ago and a month or two ago set it out to be. It's more fiscally sound than most of you viewers would even believe, only because of your source of information. I would think that when it came to you serving as a Cook County Commissioner, when it came to budgetary issues, you'd be able to come in there and hit the ground running.
Oh yeah, I like to think so. I mean, I think the experiences I've had managing a $50 billion budget, when I go to manage the $3 billion county budget, I think I'll be I'll be well prepared to do that.
And I would think that whoever is the chairman over the budget committee would welcome a neophyte to come in with your type of experience to assist, because it's just some things that you know, working with a state budget coming down to a county level, even though that's a big budget too.
Oh, absolutely.
$3 billion, that you would be a great asset, not only to county government, but the people of Cook County.
Absolutely.
All the people of Cook County.
I like to think so. I mean, you know, one of the great things also, I'm a second generation small businessman. After I left Senator Jones's office and I went back to law school, I also started my own law firm. So I know about balancing budgets, and I know about the common sense realities that are out there each and every day, and those kinds of, and that's that common sense that you need in county government, you need in government in general. As you think about, if your revenues don't match your expenses, then something has to happen. Either you raise revenues or you cut expenses. Studies have shown that when you cut back expenses, particularly in times of recession, there are unintended human consequences. However, you got to be realistic about the things that you're doing, and you got to make sure that you're balancing your budgets and you're living within your means. And I think that's one of the things that frustrate so many people. And as I'm out talking to people every day, it's one of the things that frustrate them. They don't think that county government and government in general does what it's supposed to do.
Right. Well, on Talk of Success, we call when humans are impacted by decisions, budgetary decisions, and the people don't look beyond the line item, we call that dumb sizing.
Absolutely. That was one of the reasons I wanted to go on the budgets. When I went to Springfield, I didn't ask to work on the executive committee or the human service committee or the insurance committee. I wanted to work on appropriations, because when you know where the dollars are going, you know how the dollars impact people, you truly have a feel for people's priorities. So you want to be able to make sure that you're managing that process properly. That was really why I was interested in going there.
Now, the earlier guest was talking. He's running for governor, Bill Doc Walls, and he was saying that we have to do some things to generate more business, make Illinois more business friendly, and as a result of making it more business friendly, then that can affect and can truly affect our county government, because when we look at Cook County, especially the northern and the western and some of the southern suburbs, there's a lot of businesses that could start fleeing because of state taxes.
Oh.
And from what I heard, the county taxes don't impact them at the same level as some of the.
I think in the 4th district we have the fortune of having Indiana as our border, the lake in Indiana as our border. So you've got folks in South Chicago and Southeast Chicago and Calumet City and Dalton and South Holland and Burnham. They're impacted greatly by the disparities in tax revenues between Chicago or between Cook County and Chicago versus Indiana. And I was out. As I'm out talking to people all the time, and I'm out in the suburban part of the district in South Chicago and Southeast side, and the Southeast side, they're always talking about the impact that the budget has on their businesses. And even I was at a meeting just yesterday in South Holland, and they were talking about the way the economy has ravaged the automobile industry in South Holland. And you drive in South Holland, and you see dealership after dealership closed. Right. And we've got to do something to make sure that our businesses are protected. We've got to make sure that the economy of those areas are able to support the functions that we're supposed to take care
Now,
of.
one point that you made earlier when we started talking about balancing the budget, we're looking at revenue versus expenses. And when you start thinking about, you don't want, if you could raise the revenues through some type of revenue generating engine versus taxation, and when you talk about reducing, oftentimes we're talking about reduction of services.
You know, the county government has the fortune and misfortune of not having those quote unquote sexy programs. You know, 90% of what the county government does is public safety and healthcare. County government takes care of those who are unable to take care of themselves. So you're providing for healthcare for those who don't have it. And as we know, healthcare is a huge issue right now, nationally, at the state level and at the county level. As we've talked about and the impact that the budget has on the county government being able to provide health care, we have to make sure that those services are provided for, because those are what county government is statutorily mandated to do. So I say it's a fortune and misfortune of having those non-sexy programs.
Right.